I dropped onion rings with a friend of mine who'd never heard it before.
Oh,
like,
dude, I dropped onion rings recently. The same thing happened.
It feels great.
The Funyun is the perfect chip. With its feathery light density, its unique shape, and its unapologetic taste, you just can't get better than this, and I think of it often. But whenever something gets big, inevitably there's gonna be copycats, and credit where credit is due. There have not been as many copycats as the Funyun as there have been of like a Doritos or an Oreos or something like that. Those all came out very early in the life cycle, whereas the Funyun knockoffs, they're much more of a recent thing. Here's a little refresher on how amazing the Funyun is. Our first competitor is Uncle Ray's Beyond Good onion rings, and man, okay, first of all,
for shame!
I'm sure that's a coincidence, but they really lose a lot of points for using the most unoriginal name I've ever seen for a food, man. Like, the name Ray is so overdone at this point. You got the Sweet Baby Rays, you got the Ray Rogers, Riley Ray, all of the delicious things in life, light and crispy. Or are they light and crunchy? Both. Shut the hell up. Now you'll notice they're a lot lighter than the Funyun is, and they also have a lot smaller pieces than the Funyun as well. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a knockoff. No. See, they go too hard in the onion direction right here. What makes the Funyun such a great chip is its balance between the sour cream and the onion. So you might have a very strong and, let's be honest, almost insane amount of taste with the Funyun, but it's balanced out by that sour cream that kind of mellows the things out. It's the pillow beneath the fall. Very important. All onion and no rest. Now let's go a little bit more artesian. There's a store here in the US called Trader Joe's, which is kind of like an indie hipster, the place you would go if you want something that's unique, but not too crazy, versions of regular foods. And they have their own version of the Funyun, the sour cream and onion flavored rings. All these brands, like all these knockoffs, have the most boring names on the planet. Now it says it's going to be lentil and rice, which I'm not too sure about that. I mean, the whole appeal of the Funyun is that incredible crunch, and I've eaten rice, and I would never describe rice as crunchy. Not usually. Oh God, what happened here? You think of the burnt? What happened here? So these things claim that they are baked and not fried. But you could have fooled me. Once again, the biggest sign of a knockoff, these things are puny. You get no crunch. They smell a lot more rancid than the Funyuns do. Once again, they're kind of overcorrecting with that onion taste, but you know, we don't know. Let's find out. Very good crunch, very, very impressive. They're not bad, but they definitely lean more into the creamy aspect of that sour cream and onion mix. There is a good amount of onion there, for sure. It's a lot more subdued. It's more like a background onion, and the star of the show is that sour cream. I mean, 90% of the time that you're biting into this thing, you're gonna be tasting a lot of sour cream. It's a bit of a different interpretation, more than like a straight up knockoff. Not bad, actually. That's the great way to do a knockoff. And to polish things off, we've got the special bubby. These are the Beanfield sweet onion rings, which have taken the disturbing idea of making Funyuns into a health food. You know, you see this sort of thing all the time. You've got a really fantastic food that is completely antithetical to make it. I mean, healthy Funyuns, who the hell ever heard of such a thing? But that's what they decided to do. Oh my God, what the hell? Out here looking like paper mache left and right. The award for the least appetizing onion ring I've ever seen in my life, it goes to the Beanfield, man. Look at these things. They look like they're literally half-baked, bro. Not exactly the most appealing thing in the world. And if this is what Beanfields has to offer me, once again, way too small. It's not a good sign. Wow, that is truly terrible. Holy moly. Utterly flavorless. There's nothing there. Whereas with the other ones, like Uncle Ray's, the presence of flavor is almost too strong and too overwhelming. That's the complete opposite with the Beanfields, because there is no flavor. If you ever wanted to know what these things taste like, they taste exactly what they look like. Friggin' cardboard, bro. I think there's a lesson to be learned here. Don't ever try to turn junk foods into healthy alternatives, because it just doesn't work. If I want something that I know is deliberately bad for me, I'm not gonna go, well, I want to be bad. Oh, but not too bad, not too sinful. Overall, the Funyuns reign supreme yet again. Scam or savior, all these things are scams, and there's only one savior to light the night. It don't get no better. Best name for a musician ever, Young Funyun. Somebody please use that.